Good evening, and I'm your host this evening, Ernie Peppers. And I have today a wonderful guest with a phenomenal voice, Miss Candace Hoyce, who has recorded her first album called On a Turquoise Cloud. Everybody, I want y'all to meet Miss Candace. Hi, Candace. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm so happy to be with you today.
I
I'm well.
know. Girl, you're looking good.
So
I
are
love
you.
that dress.
So are you. We both like color, so.
Yes, I do like colors. Yes, I do. Yes, yes, yes. Candace, let's just jump into you.
Okay.
All right. Where you from? Where'd you grow up?
From Florida,
Okay.
and my family's from Jamaica.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like the sun and fun, I see.
I do.
All right. All right. Now, where did you, with your family being from both, you grew up and you went to school in
Oh.
Florida, or did you go both places?
That's a great question. I mean, I grew up going to Jamaica all my life
Okay.
because a lot of my family's there, but I am American and I was raised here. I went to school here.
Okay.
So I'm definitely influenced by both cultures.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to be, on both sides of the world.
Right.
But now, when singing, that voice, girl, where'd you get it? Where did you get the voice?
Well, I believe it's God's gift. That's my belief. And I've been training and singing since, for a long time. I've been singing since I was a little kid. I played the piano first, and I've always sung. I've been singing since I was about 2, probably.
Nice. Nice.
So it's just a part of me, I think.
That's nice. Did you have family or anyone that has inspired you into singing, or were you just born like that?
I would say my parents were really, they're really supportive, and they always let me express myself. I love to write. I love to sing. I love to, play in that way. And so I think for me, singing's always been an expression, like an extension of my individuality.
Okay.
Every time I would play, or even if I was, making cupcakes or something that I truly, makes me feel joy, the song comes out. Church, certainly. I mean, I grew up, singing in church and having that music all around me.
Okay.
So.
Is it a little soul?
Oh, I have a lot of soul. I think the soul is where you start from, right? When
Yes,
you're making music.
yes,
There
yes.
is no music without soul,
Okay.
right? I mean,
Right,
for me,
Right, absolutely. Yes, you're right. Yes, because it comes from here.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
it's like the sound of the soul.
Sound of music. I love it. And
Yeah.
people like music.
Yes.
We love music. We love music.
It's very healing. It brings people together.
Yes. Now, let's get with this album, girl. On a Turquoise Cloud.
Yes.
The name. I
Yeah.
love the name.
You do?
Where did it come from? How did you get it? Where were you when you said, this is the name that I'm going to name my album?
Oh, well, I can't really take full credit for that because it's Duke Ellington's title.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I heard that particular tune, it kind of defines the sound of the album. This album is all about these rare Duke Ellington songs that haven't been recorded in over 70 years. So there's a really interesting history about it. I would say largely they haven't been recorded because the singers who sang them were jazz vocalists like myself with a classical background. I also sing classical music. I sing all kinds of music, soul, bossa nova, jazz. And so at the time when the songs were written, it wasn't as acceptable for people to cross, over in genre. And there were also a lot of racial stereotypes and pressures that kept people of color out of classical music, in the spotlight.
Okay.
And so these women were really pioneering. And when I heard these songs, I was like, why is nobody singing them? Well, no one had really recorded them since Ellington.
Okay.
So that's kind of the story of that particular song. But also, I feel like On a Turquoise Cloud captures the feeling of the music. It's very dreamlike.
Yes, yes, and you're capturing, And so from what I hear, that you do a lot of stuff that a lot of other vocalists or recording artists don't do. You did your history. You did your research, girl.
Well, yeah, I would
Yes.
say that's always been an important thing to me, to
Yes.
find the story behind the music.
Uh-huh.
And the songs are really unusual. They do go rather high for jazz,
Yes.
out of the speech range. And it's like, why did Duke Ellington feel the need to write these songs out of the speech range? There's something transcendent about them. There's something heavenly about them.
Yes.
So the On a Turquoise Cloud, that's where the name is like, this is the obvious name. It has that kind of otherworldly feeling. So they're really fun to sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you sound good, girl.
Thank you.
I was listening to it while I was getting dressed, and it basically it relaxed me. I was calm. It was very soothing.
That's
I like
great.
that. I like that.
We have some of them that are not, that'll get you excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good too. But the ones that I was listening to, girl, I was relaxed.
That's cool.
You know, and I was able to, bring you into me.
Well, thank
You know,
you.
very nice voice, heavenly. I love it.
Thank you.
Now, I know that when you record, there's everyone is not doing it by itself. People that has helped you. I heard you spoke on someone named Ulysses.
Ulysses
Ulysses.
is the producer of the album.
Yes. How did you find him?
Well, we both were working at Jazz Lincoln Center at the time. And that was he's been working there for many years. And I mean, he's a young artist, but he's been working there for a while. It was my first project at Jazz Lincoln Center.
Okay.
And it was a really inspirational project that Wynton Marsalis wrote. And so Ulysses and I met at the theater, really, and started talking about things, projects and interests, and what would you like to do if there were no boundaries, no rules. And I had already heard one or two of these songs, and I was like, these songs are really interesting. I'm really fascinated.
Okay.
And so that's how the conversation evolved, and then it became a project and became an album.
Nice.
So he was my collaborator on this whole journey to my first album, and
Nice. Because
Yeah.
it turned out good.
it
It was
did.
good. It turned out very good. Turned out good for your first album.
Man, that's very true.
It turned out good.
It's
I like it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's very special, not just because it's my first, but also because it's bringing this music back that I really
Yes.
believe in.
Yes.
And the Ellington legacy. Ellington is like one of the fathers of jazz, and of American music. So I really am a strong believer in that. But I also think it's just I believe it just is a great experience to go through these songs, and as a listener, he wrote some really, really beautiful songs there.
Oh, okay. Now, you mentioned about one of your first performances that changed your life. Where was that?
One of my first performances that changed my life. When I was about 11 or 12, I was on stage, and I held this note. It's a note that I actually to this day sing pretty well. I
Okay.
think it was an A flat below middle C. In any case,
Okay.
it was this note, and it felt great.
Uh-huh.
And it was the theater got so quiet.
Oh,
And when you're 11 and you can command a room of 200 adults,
yes.
that's like a fascinating thing. So I think that connection really inspired my whole, sense of myself as a singer.
Yes, and where you going to go?
It was
This
so
is-
quiet in there. I remember I was like, all I heard was the note, and I couldn't believe that I was sustaining it. And then all of a sudden, everybody erupted, and I was like, this is such a magical experience having an audience like that. So
That's beautiful. That's
that
beautiful.
that I think was the light bulb. Like,
Yes.
oh, this is heavy. This is something I need to. I just have always kept pursuing it. I never
Okay.
stopped singing.
That's great. That's good. I like that. I like
True.
that story. I love it. I love it.
It's a
I
true
love it.
story.
I love it. Now that you are grown up and you're into the business now,
Yes.
what
I
were
sure
some
am.
of your difficulties in making your album?
Some like challenges
Yes.
along the way.
Yes.
Boy, I would say, making your first album, you have to have a vision. The vision was there for me. The dreams were there. Some challenges generally are like, making that business plan. That's something I also felt I was equipped to do. I think slowing down enough to go in steps, but also keeping a sense of the whole timeline. You want to, when you're working with the music, you don't want to be thinking about the outside world. You just want to escape into your songs so that you can really make them yours.
Yes.
So you do have to kind of like divide your time in a certain way. That was new for me because I was the executive producer of the album. So that meant thinking about marketing and thinking about hiring the band with Ulysses, Ulysses was really leading some of that very important production work.
Okay.
And he's an experienced producer.
Right.
So that made it easier to have that person there who I could consult with. But I was also the boss of the project in a sense. You know, I'm the leader. The buck stopped with me.
Right.
So that's a kind of a challenge if you've never really done that. But that was such a blessing too, because now I lead my own band, and it really taught me a lot about leadership. You know,
Nice, 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 nice.
like Ellington, I guess.
Yes. You have you talk a lot about Mr. Elegant. Mr. And he basically, I would say he inspired you
Yes,
for you to be the person that you are today.
that's true.
Who else? Is there a female?
There's so many artists that inspire me. I love Jill Scott. I love a lot of jazz vocalists, like Nancy Wilson is one of my favorites. Lena Horne.
Lena.
Oh no, you can't forget about Lena.
Yes.
The reason I
Lena.
love, I mean, I told you before that I do sing different styles of music, and it's such a part of African American culture to be a multifaceted artist. You have someone like Lena Horne or Harry Belafonte, Josephine Baker, people who were on the stage, they were in the jazz club, they were dancers, they were actors, they were most importantly sometimes political activists.
Right.
You know, I mean, it depends what you think is
Yes.
important,
Yes.
but I believe for all of us of this generation, it is important that
Yes,
they
it
were
is.
activists
Yes.
and not just artists. And you know, so those are some like an Eartha Kitt is somebody who was huge to me. That she is very, just the fact that she really, you know, innovated all of that at the same time. The
Yes.
activism, the music, the acting.
Yes, the acting.
So being that kind of complete artist, those are some of the people. I mean, but in that same sense, I love Jill Scott.
Yes.
I love, you know, Mos Def. I love, yeah, I mean, people who definitely like lead that charge to this day as far as being a complete artist. Those are the people that inspire me.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I normally hear when they say, who inspires, they give me, you know, but then speaking with you, it's something like it's in your soul and it just comes out. And when you speak of these people, it's like, wow, it just brings, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I remember, yeah. And that's what I like, because I'm actually learning with you
I
while
understand
I'm
that.
speaking with you. Instead of just, you know, just riding away with you, I'm learning with you.
Well, in a
And I'm
sense,
feeling it.
you know, I did the first album, right? So my album's been out for just a little while, and I'm completed with that. But in another sense, I know I'm a recording artist now, and this is just the beginning of my recording life. So in a sense, I feel that I'm just beginning. So you have to have that curiosity and that open spirit to like, okay, I'm going to learn a lot.
Yes, yes. You got to always keep that door open.
Right.
Yes, yes. Wow. And you did this. So now you know your next album, you got to knock it out the park. You know you got to go bigger than that. Bigger. Big.
You know how you get a bigger album the next time? You have to grow yourself,
Nice.
right?
That's right.
So that's
Yes.
all. It's kind of
Yes.
like, it's in that way, it must be simple. As long as I keep growing, the albums are the music will reflect that.
That's nice.
As long as you don't rest on your laurels and you keep,
Just stay there.
just keep
Yeah.
working,
Yes.
you know.
Keep learning. Keep being hungry.
Right.
That's basically it. Be hungry for, you know, what you do. And
Yeah.
you're passionate, girl. You're very passionate.
I am.
You go on tours. Have you been on tours?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
What were your experiences with the tours, the people that you have met? And what is something that you say that, you know what, I'm going to use that?
Oh, I love that question because one of the things I love the most about making music is that I get to go into different communities, travel the world, and I already have through music. And that's exhilarating because there's something so, when we're talking about music bringing people together, you know, you learn that as a child when you
Yes.
go to church or
Yes.
school, how it just kind of
Yes.
brings a room together. And it happens no matter what the culture is, the language barriers.
We're all on the same page at that particular time.
That's right.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
a presence
Yes.
that is sparked by music.
Yes.
So when you get to be the person who bears that and brings that into a place, that's what a privilege, right?
Yes, it is.
And so I love traveling. I love the touring part. I mean, look, it's hard. It's hard to be away from your family and
Yes, it
friends.
is. Yes.
It's hard to adjust sometimes, but you just have to try to be humble about it and just be like very welcoming of
Yes, yes, yes.
of the bumps.
Yes, yes.
Um,
That's how you learn.
yes.
There's no
And
bumps, you're not learning.
that's right.
Yes.
And I mean, also, there's so much joy in meeting new people.
Yes, it
I
is.
like singing in new countries. I like singing in schools, kids of different ages. That's always another fun aspect of like an educational tour, which I also do. I'm an educator.
Right.
So I love it. I like the road.
Okay. Like the road.
I do. I like to see new places.
That's nice though. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Do you see new things and yeah, that's
But
good.
if you're a musician, you better like the road.
You're better because that's
You
your
got to bring
road.
the music to the people who support you, right?
Yes, yes you do. Yes you do.
They-
Your fans.
they-
This is how you grow also.
And it's for them. There's no me without somebody listening.
No, it isn't. That's
In
right.
that sense.
That's right. You might as well take it and put it in the drawer.
Right.
Yes. Now, you're touring, right? When you go to these different countries, right? The difference between us here in, we'll say, America, and the people on the outside, what is the different? What is the different vibe? Because I know there has to be a different vibe.
Right. Well, I think I don't like once I'm there, I'm so the way I like to travel, so I'm so present that I don't really separate. I just start to take all the information in, and I think it's one of those little childhood lessons or listening is more important than talking.
You're talking, yeah.
So I just take it in, and I don't really think about it as so very different. And I think that that's how I fit in more. I try to not put myself to the side and just go back to my hotel room. I try to eat something new or
Yes.
just go to a cafe and just kind of chill
Try something
there.
new.
Or just listen to people talking to each other and watch the TV and see what's on the news here. You know, I try to take in the little fabric of the culture, and then it doesn't feel so different. It doesn't feel so different.
No?
No,
Okay.
Ernie, I don't think so.
All right. Okay. All right. I have I was listening to one of your interviews.
Yes.
Joe. Tell me about Joe.
Oh, Joe Temperley.
Yes. Tell me about Joe.
You like Joe
I
Temperley?
like Joe.
I do too.
Tell me about Joe.
Joe is an extremely special artist in the jazz world and in the world of Duke Ellington, and certainly has made a great impact in my recording career because he is a big part of the album. And he played his signature song, Single Petal of a Rose. But what I would say about Joe is his sound is absolutely transcendent, and he's gone all over the world to play that melody that's on my album. I think people have flown him in to other countries for weddings and state affairs just for his interpretation of that. And so there's something absolutely remarkable that he would join with a young person like me on her first recording. And it's very humbling, you know, when you have someone who's a master at that level who is happy to make music with you.
Yes.
And that's part of the jazz tradition, is that you have the old masters and they call it like the young lions.
All right.
And that people come together and there's mentoring and there's
Oh, that's
sharing
beautiful.
of music. And so I'll always appreciate that personal touch that he, you know, added to this album. And also it's worth noting that he was part of the Duke Ellington band.
That's beautiful.
Yes. I mean, there's not many players who are as active as he is who did have that experience. And so he shared some of his stories with me a little bit about these songs in a way that was different than like Ulysses and I, who are, you know, of the young generation, the present, you know, up and coming artists, to hear somebody of that experience.
Yes.
So.
Yes. You should have seen your face. You should have been sitting here when I asked you about Joe. Girl, you just lit up. You just
Yeah.
just lit up. I knew I wanted to throw that one in there.
I understand. I mean, he has that effect. Yeah.
Good, good, good. I'm glad I did it. I'm not going. Girl, we can go on forever. We can
Yes.
go on forever learning about you, the songs, where you got it from. We can do that. But I know you gotta go.
I do, but I would
Yes.
love to see you again.
Yes,
Love
and
to
I will
talk.
be here.
Yes.
I will be here, and
Yes.
you can come back anytime.
It was a joy.
Okay, and it was a joy. And I want to thank you for even sharing your life with me.
Thank
for,
you.
having me walk through, your life of Miss Candace. All right? And I want to thank you. Come back again. And guys, this has been a wonderful evening. I want to thank you for just being a part of Miss Candace Hoy's life and a part of my life too, okay? And guys, stay tuned because we're going to have some more phenomenal guests coming to you.
And
all right?
check out the music.
Yes.
On a turquoise cloud.
That's right, on a turquoise cloud. Bye-bye.